then somebody else will engage the class, no? Okay. Okay, I'll start my class. We have discussed about the introduction of forms of group discussion also. We have seen in forms we have seen in the last class. Students, can you see my screen? Please respond. Can you see the screen? Can you see the PPT? Somebody respond. If you're
Yes, ma'am.
not able to see the can see, no?
Screen is not visible.
Can see, students?
No, ma'am.
No. Chaitanya, can you see the screen? Chaitanya, can
No,
you see
ma'am.
the screen, ma?
Black screen. No, ma'am. Black screen is visible, ma'am. PPT is not visible.
PPT is not visible. Okay. Now, are you able to see? Are you able to see? Students, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can see, you are able to see the PPT. No? Yes, in last class we were seeing about the introduction of group discussion, and we have also seen the forms of group discussion. In forms, we have seen seminar, meeting, and group discussion, conferences, and we have also seen what is the purpose of that meeting, structure, how the structure should be, and what are the characteristics, and what is the procedure we have to do to do all those activities we have seen in the last class. Now we'll learn about, or we'll understand about use of body language in group discussion. Yes, there simply I cannot show my hand to somebody, I cannot point out somebody, and I cannot talk in the group discussion. In general talk or in casual talk, I can talk like that. But in a group discussion, we have to follow certain rules. So for that, we have some guidelines for effective use of body language in group communication. Yes, in that the first one is may, main eye contact while speaking and listening to others. Yes, if you are talking in the group discussion, you're talking in the group discussion, you cannot bend your head down and you cannot talk. Yes, when you're talking, the eye to eye contact should be there. You have to point out to all the audience. In last class, we have seen in group discussion, 7 to 10 members should be there, or minimum 7 or maximum 10 members should be there. So when you're talking in the group discussion, eye to eye contact should be there. You should not see only a single person, and you should not talk. You have to contact all, you have to try to contact everybody in the meeting, those who are present in the group discussion. So eye to eye contact should be there while you're speaking and while you're listening also. You should not bend your you should not bend your head down, and you should not sit in the group discussion because you're not talking, somebody else is talking. Yes, your turn is not there, somebody else is talking, you're just listening. When you're just listening, you should then also you should have a eye to eye contact. You should not look at somebody else's face or your neighbor's face, or you should not bend your head, or you should not look at your phone. Yes, all these possible things we do know when we go to the when we go and attend some meeting. Sometimes we'll be talking with our neighbors. Sometimes we'll be browsing, or we'll be sending any message or mail, or checking some important. I'm not telling there we waste our time or waste unnecessary things we watch, but some work we'll be doing in the phone. But we do, as a rule, as a guideline, our listener or the speaker has to be eye to eye contact in the group discussion. Adopt facial expression that shows interest and enthusiasm in participants. So your when you are in group discussion, your face should be should have you should have some interest and enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means utsaha, you can say. So that should be there. You cannot you should not make your face like dull, and you should not go and sit in the group discussion. When you are sitting, whether you are talking or whether you are listening in a group discussion, your face should be attract. I mean, your face you should have a interest and enthusiasm. while communicating in a small group. Definitely, when we say a group discussion, it will be a small group only, because here we are not talking about with the mass of people. Yes, or 7 to 10 members means it is a small group only. 7 members means it is small group only, no? Because they have given the range 7 to 10 members. So while communicating in the small group means in group discussion will happen in a small group only. As a members sit and communicate each other. Yes, as a member of group discussion, you should not point out to only a single person, and you should not talk only a single person. You should talk to all the people who are involved in the meeting. Yes, students, you should talk everybody in a meeting. And while setting up the venue for while setting up the venue. So before you set the venue for the meeting, you have to take care. Simply a group discussion you cannot conduct in garden, or you sometimes it depends. Again, it depends. If it is any formal discussion, if any formal discussion, then you have to arrange one a specific room for the group discussion. So these are all the some of the guidelines we have to take care before the or in a group discussion. And next we have discussion. See, when I say discussion, it is a face-to-face discussion, or a over phone also we can do a discussion. And it may be a formal discussion, or it may be informal discussion. Informal, for informal, there is, in last class when we were talking about the rules and regulations of meeting, we have seen group discussion. We have seen uh, for meeting there should be some chairperson should be there. A chairperson should be there. Whereas in informal communication or discussion, there is no chairperson, no need of any chairperson. So here, about in a communication, or in a discussion, it is a conversation held among face to face, or over the phone, and it may be a formal communication or informal communication. And generally, why we conduct a discussion? Simply for time pass, we conduct discussion? No. Why we initiate this discussion is exchange of information, decision making, or problem solving. For these reasons, we conduct a group discussion. So when we do group discussion, yes, students, listening now? Students, you are listening now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My sound is not clear. If the screen is not clear, if you are not understanding any point, please can raise the issue. So, okay, some of the points we have to participants in a discussion carry out several functions which are as follows. So, some of the functions we have to follow. The the first one is introducing oneself or others. So, assume that uh, in your department you have a union, you have a union leader, have a union, and you have a union leader. So simply a union leader, or simply a any faculty, or simply any person will not will not call for a discussion. Yes, students, they don't call for the discussion. No, first they will decide the agenda of the discussion. So without discussing the agenda, they don't call for the discussion. Here I'll take one example. So every year we conduct a technical fest, or every year we do a fest. So for that fest, every year we give the responsibility to students. Students, we give the responsibility. So here, as a union leader, we have assumed that I am the fest coordinator. I'm the fest coordinator. As a fest coordinator, I have given the responsibility to the union leader to assign a student coordinator. Yes, assign a student coordinator. So there once before assigning the student coordinator, they call all the students for the meeting. Yes, you can say meeting, or you can also say a discussion. For discussion they call. So before they come for the discussion, what they do, they have to decide what is the theme of the fest and to whom they want to make as a group leader. So there, they in the meeting they cannot sit and decide who will become the leader. So before they have to talk to their professors. They have to a union leader has to talk to the professor, and union leader and the professor has to discuss which all the events they have or events may they can give to the students, but the leaders, selecting the leaders have to be discussed by union leader and the professor. Once they decide, then they'll go and discuss with the students who will become the leader. If simply they simply after coming to the meeting or after coming to the discussion, they cannot waste the students time to discuss about who will become the leader. Just they come and announce the leader names, and they can tell them, you decide the events, what are the events you want to organize. Yes, like that they have to follow. So here, once they call for the discussion, first, as a discussion head, I have to introduce myself, and I have to introduce the team members. So that's here introducing oneself and others. So there are some rules how to introduce about ourselves and how to introduce others. See, when I am introducing myself, students, you're listening, no? Yes, respond. Listening, or just switched on your phone and you went somewhere. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. So how assume that I'm a group leader. So first I'll start the discussion. How I start? I have to start the discussion. I have to introduce myself, and I have to introduce the team members. The how I have to introduce myself. Hello, I am Nirupama. Or good morning, all of you. I'm Nirupama. Like that, I have to introduce. I should not say good morning, I am Mrs. Nirupama. Yes, you're getting. Or good morning, I am Professor Nirupama. Or good morning, I am Dr. Nirupama. Like that, I should not introduce. Yes, students, you're understanding, no? When a person is introducing about himself, that time they should not use, or they have to avoid such words, Mr., Miss, Doctor, or Professor. Getting? And next, when I introduce my team members, that time I have to use like good morning, students. This is Dr. Aparna. Like that, I have to introduce when I am introducing my HOD to the team or to the group members. Yes, when I am introducing myself, then I should not use Mr., Doctor, Professor. I should not use. When I am introducing others, that time I have to use these words: doctor, professor, Mr., Mrs. Like that I have to use. Is getting? Yes. Next we have leading and directing a discussion. So how as a team head, as a team, how we have to conduct the discussion? We have some point, or as a team member, as a team members or as a discussion members, how we have to lead and direct the discussion. So first you have to listen carefully. Yes, when somebody when so I'll take a agenda, usage of mobile phone in the department. That is the agenda. Yes, students, that is the agenda of the discussion. And some students, I'll take Amit. Amit, he has not listened properly what I told, and suddenly if he tell, no ma'am, I can use phone in home, like that he should not reply, because I am talking only about the department. I am not talking usage of mobile in your life or in your daily routine. So what I'm talking, that you have to listen. So simply without listening to me, you should not say, no, I can use phone in my home also. That word you should not, that sentence you should not say. Why? Because the agenda of the meeting or the agenda of the discussion is usage of phone in the department. We are not talking about your personal life. at your home what you do, when you go outside what you do, that we are not talking. Yes. So whatever we talk, you have to listen carefully, take notes on others' viewpoint, what others are also talking. Maybe some Suru may tell that no ma'am, we want to use phone in the department. Why? Because now assignments, many things they send through WhatsApp or mail. So immediately sometimes we may have to ask some questions to our faculty. So usage of mobile is very much important in the department, like that he may tell. So that is his viewpoint. So whatever, or somebody else may tell, no ma'am, many of the students, only one or two students, we they check mails or very important notification. Others, everybody, or many of the students will be using WhatsApp only, like that. They may say, other students may say. So whatever the other members are telling about their view, we have to listen. We have to listen, and we should allow each and every speaker to talk. I should not say, Gunashekar, you don't talk. Only I, Amit, and Surya Shashank will talk. I should not say, Surya, you don't talk, like that. I should not say. I should allow all students who are interested to talk. Or when you say a group discussion, in group discussion, everybody has to talk. Is students understanding? And you have to focus mainly on the topic. You should not deviate the topic. Yes, usage of mobile in the department only we are talking. We are not talking about your personal life. We are not talking after the college or after the class. We are not talking. We are talking only about the department. Like on that only you have to talk. And you should not allow anybody to waste the time. So these are all the. And next we have expressing opinion and ideas. So as a group member, everybody has a freedom to express their opinion and ideas. One example I'll give you. A person X. What do you think about stopping the use of mobile phone in our college? A person X has told. So what you may tell, I think, or my opinion. See, you are telling your opinion. When I point out somebody here, what are there? Yes, Ashwini, can you tell your opinion usage of phone in a college or in a department? What is your opinion? Are you there, Ashwini?
Ma'am.
Yeah. What is your opinion, Telma? We want to listen your opinion.
In college, they were not allowed to use phones or anything in our
See, what
department.
we have decided is not to use mobile phone in the college. So on that,
Yes,
what is your opinion? You want to say it is yes, correct or wrong?
it's correct, ma'am.
Correct. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. So here, see, it depends on the individual person. So they may tell you how to use, or some may tell they don't want to use. They tell. So here, X person is asking, do you think about stopping the use of mobile phone in our college? Then if he is pointing out you, then you may say, I think, or it is my opinion. It is my opinion. It is not a good idea. You can say it is not good idea to stop using phone in the college. You can say like that, or you can say, I don't think it is a good idea. See, when you express, see here, see students, you listen carefully. In expressing opinion idea, you have to take care few information, that is opinion, reason, and example. So when you tell your opinion, you have to give the reason also. So simply you should not say no. Usage of phone should be banned in the department or in the college. Why? What is the reason? So you can say ORE. Can make a note of it. You can make a note of it. While expressing an opinion, you have to follow ORE. Students, what is O? Opinion. R is reason. E is example. So when you say no, you have to give the reason for that. Why? With an example. When you say yes, you have to give an example for that. Yes, understood? Yes. No, it is not a good idea. Then again, I will ask why. Why? I'll ask. I feel that my view, or you can say my view is that mobile phones serves as a best control to be in touch with others in college. Yes, I told usage of phone is banned, should be banned in the department. But uh, the the person what he's telling, no, it is not correct. Why it is not correct? That again I am asking why it is not correct. Then he is telling the reason. That person is telling the reason. So nowadays connecting with the students is with the mobile is, my view, mobile phones serves as the best tool. So he's telling mobile phones are best tool to connect with the student. So that's why he's telling usage of phone is good habit in the department. As somebody else may tell, no, students are addicted with the mobile, so that's why I don't want students should use mobile in the college. Like that. See, if whoever may be the person, when he express his opinion, he has to tell the reason with the example. Yes, students, understood? Then next we have expressing agreement and disagreement. Yes, again this is also same as opinion, also opinion only, expressing opinion. When you are agreeing, usage of mobile in the no, usage of mobile is banned in the college, then you have to you have to give the reason. You have to give the reason, and you have to express how you are agreeing the usage. And if you are not agree, then you have to express the reason and you have to tell how you are not agree. Here I'll tell you one example. A person X says, I say that we should stop use of mobile phone completely. Then what I'll reply, if a person is telling, if X person is telling, I say that we should stop the use of mobile phones completely, then I will reply exactly. Exactly. Means there my complete agreement is there. Yes, students, I'm not telling maybe, might be, probably. I'm not telling like that. Yes, exactly. Exactly means what happens? This is a complete agreement. Yes. And um, and if I say no, if I say no, no, I do not support, or no, I do not support, I do not support usage of phone should be stopped in the department, then it is completely disagree. I'm completely disagreeing whatever the decision you have taken. So here you have to agree completely and you have to disagree completely with the reason. You should not say maybe, we'll see next week, might be. You should not you should not be in a dilemma. Whatever the decision you are taking, you should be pakka, correct. And next we have decision and intention. Yes, students, any answer? What is decision and what is intention? Any example? Decision and intention. See, listen here. I uh, uh, I want to travel to America, or assume that you're traveling somewhere. You're traveling somewhere, and you're traveling somewhere, and you want to travel by car. Yes, you want to travel by car. And finally, what happens? You are not able to arrange the car and you will travel by bus. Yes, students, you're understanding the situation. Assume that you want to travel to from your office to your friend's office or your one more neighbor branch. Your neighbor branch you want to travel. So there, while traveling, you'll think that I want to travel by car. So later, what happens? Later, what happens? Maybe we don't know the reason. What happens? Maybe you don't get car, or maybe you don't get petrol or diesel. So we don't know the reason. You'll travel by bus. So what is your intention? That traveling by car is your intention. Finally, what happens? Finally, what happens? That is a decision. Yes, your intention was sorry. Your intention was to travel by car, and finally you are traveling with a bus. That is the decision. So while listen here, intention may refer to a probability. Yes, students understanding? Intention will refer to the probability of your desire. You are wishing or you are desiring to travel by car. But finally, what happened? What was the decision? The decision refers to fixing on the same or settling or fixing on the same. So what happened? What has fixed later? Your intention was to travel by car, but later what has fixed? You traveled by bus. Yes, understanding the example, students? So one statement I'll read out, you listen. It is a good idea. See, if my voice is not clear, if I am not audible, please you can raise your hand. You can tell me. It is not a good idea to stop the use of mobile phones in a college. That is not a good idea. What I would like to do, or I may do is to stop using in a classroom. Yes, students. Some person will tell it is not a good idea to stop usage of phone in the department is banned. So we want to ban the usage of phone in the department. But a person is telling that is not a good idea, but tell we can tell the students not to use phone in the classroom. That is his intention. That is his intention. Finally, what decision they'll take, we'll see here. It is not a good idea to stop the use of mobile phone in a college. What I will do or I am doing to stop its use in classroom. Yes, you're understanding the difference between both the statements. Yes. See, in the intention he is using the word may. In the decision he is not using the word may. I may do to stop using this in classroom. I may do to stop using them in a classroom. That is the intention. In the decision I am doing is to stop its use in classroom. Students, you're understanding or getting confusion? Confuse ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಥವಾ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Please respond. If you don't respond, then what I think? So the in intention we may not be sure. See, in simple words, in intention we may not be sure, in decision we are sure what we are doing. Yes, raising questions. So when a speaker is speaking or when I am taking a class, if you have any doubt, you have to raise a question. If any point is not understanding to you, or if my voice is not clear to you, or whatever I am telling is not audible to you, so you have to raise a issue. You have to raise a question, so that only then the problem will be solved. If you don't raise the issue, then the problem will not be solved. Yes, students, you are understanding now? And raising questions, giving and receiving a effective feedback. Yes. Um, Whatever may be the event, whether it may be a fest or it may be a group discussion or whatever the event, we have to take a feedback from them. We have to give a feedback and we have to receive back the feedback. Yes, it is a good practice. It is a good practice giving and receiving the effective feedback. So when you can give the feedback, when you are effectively involved in that activity, only then you are able to give the feedback. When you attend my 10:50 to 11:50 class, only then you can give a effective feedback. If you joined at 11 o'clock and if you left at 11:20, then you might give the feedback. Definitely everybody will give the feedback. The class was very boring, it was not interesting, it was time waste. Like that anybody can give, but give effective feedback. If it is really time waste, if it is really boring, if you really didn't understand, see, when you are not attending the class, when you are not attending the complete class, then definitely you will not understand anything. And how you can say that the class is not interesting? You didn't listen, didn't listen properly. So when you are receiving and when you are giving the feedback, you have to completely you have to involve in that. Only then you are able to give the feedback. Next, we have discussing and delivering a negative news. When we do a project, in a company, or when a company assigns some project to the team members, so assume that 10 people are there, 10 people are involved in that project. So person, for each person, one task will be assigned. One task will be assigned, and we do not expect a success in all the projects. Yes, students, we do not expect success in all the projects. When something goes wrong, when the project, or when we are not getting a success in a project, then we should not point a particular person. We should not say because of you we lost the project. We should not say because of you we did not get success in the project. We should not point out a single person. We should not say you. We should not use you word there, and we should not degrade a person. Maybe because of some genuine reason, maybe that person may not be able to work effectively in that project. Might be you have to see the previous feedback or previous work also. Maybe in the other project, maybe that person was only the team leader or team head. Maybe he has only developed a big project. So because of genuine reason, that at that time he may not be able to work properly. So maybe he was not able to do put his um, efforts. Maybe because of that he may not be able to work properly. So that's why we should not see all the reasons. We should not say we should not say the person has not done properly. So for that we have to follow some of the points. Uh, so before doing this, we have to follow some of the guidelines. Know the attitude of a person. Yes, that's why I told you have to see the previous record also, how he has done in the previous projects. Yes, students listening. Listening. You have to see the previous record also. You have to know the message to be delivered and the ensuring result. Identify the right and wrong words. Whatever the words you are using, you have to identify the proper words you have to use. And very important thing is, here you have to follow the lead. LEAD, lead you have to follow. What is that? Listen, explore, and deliver a solution. Yes, as a team head, I know X person, because of X person we have lost the project, or we did not get a success in the project. So as a head, as a team leader, I have to listen his problem. Because of what reason he was not able to work properly. First I have to listen, then I have to explore what was the solution for that, and then I have to deliver the solution. Yes, students, understanding? Then I have to deliver the solution. Avoid blaming. Avoid blaming others. I cannot say yes sir because of see sometimes happens in your group also. If we tell you to present your project, then what you say, sir I have done everything, I have done what I have done in my friend's laptop, he has not come today or she has not come today, because of that I am not able to present it today. See, don't blame others, you keep one copy with you also. So don't blame others. Be sincere. Be sincere. So these are all some of the points. And counseling. So when we do counseling, so just now I gave an example, one person, because of one person we did not get success in that project. So if you do counseling of that person, how you do? How you do? So briefly explain what was expected from him. ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಥವಾ ನಾನೇ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಾ? ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Counseling. So in counseling, first you have to briefly explain what was expected from them and ask politely what is the reason why they have done like that. Or if generally when we do counseling, if a student is not scoring good marks, then we do counseling. If a student is not coming regularly to the class, we do counseling. Yes, we do know. So first we have to understand, we have to ask the reason why he is not coming regularly or why he is not scoring good marks in the test. First we have to take the reason. We have to first we have to ask the reason, and we have to tell them, see, what we do is, see, generally we don't start scolding to any students. First we tell, you are very good students, why what happened, I thought this time you'll get very good marks, what happened to you, why you are not scoring good marks, like that we start now. So similarly here also we have to briefly explain what was expected from them and ask politely why they are not met the expectation, and give them the opportunities and listen them patiently what was the reason why they have not done properly. Yes, listen them. And then finally, next is a see students, you here I have missed one point, that is concluding. You take down concluding. So concluding is a last point. So how to conclude? How to conclude? In conclusion, we have to thank everybody. We have to thank everybody in the conclusion, and necessary information, whatever the necessary information we have to mention in the Thanksgiving, we have to mention, and then summarize the major, take the important points and summarize the whole meeting, and then you have to conclude the meeting. Yes, understood. Next we have group discussion, some strategy to perform well, some strategies we have to follow to perform well in the group discussion. Yes students? Yes. So in that, the first one is speaking in group discussions. So some students or some person will be having some shy nature. They don't, maybe they are very knowledgeable, but they don't speak. They are very knowledgeable, but they don't speak because they are little shy. So that's why here we have to speak in the group discussion. See, whenever you get an opportunity to speak, simply don't, without getting opportunity, please don't speak. Don't waste your valuable information. When you are getting a opportunity, don't lose your opportunity. Don't lose your opportunity. So talk whatever you know about the topic. See, all this what we are discussing about the group discussion. Simply we don't do the group discussion on one agenda or on one topic only. We do the group discussion. If you are first you understand, see, simply I cannot talk now. So first we have to understand the topic. First we have to understand the title, and then you can move forward. Then you can talk. If you don't have the clear idea about if you don't have the clear idea, then what you have to do, then you have to ask for the clarification. Ask for the clarification, and then once you're clarify with your doubts, and then you want to talk anything about, then you can talk. Then next you have discussing problems and solutions. So mainly the what is the agenda of the group discussion is to seek the solution of a existing problem. That is the agenda of the group discussion. You have to discuss about the problem and then try to find out the solution of the problem. Yes, students, understanding? So we have some of the strategies to perform well in group discussion. The first one is speaking in group discussion. So when we can speak in the group discussion, when we are clear with the problem statement, or when we understood the complete problem statement, only then we can talk in the group discussion. And next is discussing problem and solution. So the main agenda of the group discussion is to seek the solution for any problem. So how we'll find the solution? There, all the team members have to speak. Yes, correct, no? Assume that in a group, 6 members are there. If only 4 are talking, other 2 are not talking, it is not a proper way of conducting group discussion. Even those 2 persons are also maybe having some of the solution for our problem, the stated whatever the problem we have stated. Maybe they also might have the solution, but they don't have so much of courage to speak. Because of that, or they are shy to speak. Maybe because of that reason they are not speaking. But we have to motivate them to speak in the group discussion, and we have to try to find the solution in a group discussion. Understanding, students? Yes, students, understood? Speaking in group discussion and discussing problem and solution. This next point I'll continue in the next class. Yes, please respond. You understood all the topics, whatever the topics I covered today?
Yes, ma'am.
About the group discussion, what are the points we have to remember or we have to follow while doing the discussion, and how to do counseling? Everything you understood? The remaining topic shall I do in the next class? Okay, students, you're not responding. I'll stop here, and tomorrow afternoon I'll take one more class. Tomorrow afternoon you're free, no? I'll take one more class. One extra class I'll take tomorrow afternoon. Okay, students, here I'm ending the meeting.